Section 3. Sourcing Solutions. The tools and techniques we use to take actions are only as viable as our understanding of the foundational purpose of those actions. Actions we take towards problem resolution are only as good as our understanding of the root causes of problems. This might seem obvious, but this concept is devoid in many areas of thought in the world today, especially when it comes to society. Most societal decisions are based around traditional customs that have inherent limits. A simple example of this is the current method of human incarceration for so-called criminal behavior. For many, the solution to such offensive forms of human behavior is simply to remove the individual from society and punish them. This is based on a series of assumptions that stretch back millennia. Yet the science behind human behavior has changed tremendously over time. It is now common knowledge in the social sciences that most acts of crime would likely not occur if certain basic supportive environmental conditions were set for the human being. Putting people in prisons is actually not resolving anything with respect to the causal problem. It is actually a mere patch, if you will, which only temporarily stifles some effects of the larger problem. Another example, while seemingly different but equally as technical, is the manner by which we think about solutions to common domestic problems such as traffic accidents. What is the solution to a situation where a driver makes a mistake and haphazardly changes lanes only to impact the vehicle next to him, causing an accident? Should there be a huge wall between them? Should there be better training? Should the person simply have his or her driver's license revoked so they cannot drive again? It is here where the notion of root cause is often lost in the narrow frames of reference commonly understood by culture as solutions. The root cause of the accident can only partially be the question of the integrity of the driver, with the more important issue being the lack of integrity of the technological infrastructure being used. Why? Because human fallibility is historically acknowledged and immutable. So just as early vehicles did not have airbags, which now reduce a large number of injuries that existed in the past, the same logic should be applied to the system of vehicle interaction itself, taking into account new technological possibilities for increased safety to compensate for inevitable human error. Just as the airbag was developed years ago as the evolution of knowledge unfolded, today there is technology that enables automated, driverless vehicles which can not only detect every necessary element of the street needed to operate with accuracy, the vehicles could also detect each other, making collisions almost impossible. This is the current state of such solutions when we consider the root cause and root purpose overall. Yet, as advanced as that solution may seem, especially when given the roughly 1.2 million people who unnecessarily die in automobile accidents each year, this thought exercise may still be incomplete if we continue to extend the context with respect to the goals. Perhaps there are other inefficiencies which relate to the transport infrastructure and beyond that need to be taken into account and overcome. Perhaps, for example, the use of individual automobiles, regardless of their safety, has other inherent problems which can only logically be resolved by the removal of the automobile application itself. Perhaps, in a city with an expanding mobile population, such independent vehicle transport becomes unnecessarily cumbersome, slow, and generally inefficient. The more viable solution in this circumstance might be the need for a unified, integrated, advanced mass transit system that can increase travel speed, reduce energy usage, and also reduce harmful emissions. If the goal of a society is to do the correct and hence sustainable thing, while reducing threats to humans and the habitat, a dynamic, self-generating logic unfolds with respect to our technical possibilities and design approaches. Of course, the application of this problem solving is far from limited to such physical examples. Is politics the answer to our social woes? Does it address root causes by its very design? Is money and the market system the most optimized method of sustainable progress, problem resolution, and the manifesting of economic potential? What does our modern state of science and technology have to contribute in the realm of understanding cause and purpose on the societal level? As I will denote in greater detail later, these understandings create a natural, clear train of thought with respect to how much better our world could be if we simply follow the logic created by the scientific method of thought to fulfill our common goal of human sustainability and well-being. The 1 billion people currently starving on this planet are not doing so because of some immutable natural consequence of our physical reality. There is plenty of food to go around. It is our social system which has its own outdated, contrived logic that perpetuates this social atrocity along with countless others. It is important to point out that the Zeitgeist movement is not concerned with promoting patches as its ultimate goal, which, sad to say, is what the vast majority of activist institutions on this planet are currently doing. We want to promote the largest order, highest efficiency set of solutions available at a given time to improve the lives of all while securing the integrity of our habitat. There is no single solution, only a near empirical, natural law reasoning that arrives at solutions.